Hey guys, just wanted to preface this video a little bit because Twitch decided to fuck up the VOD again and decided to cut out some chunks in the VOD. So if y'all have any sort of suggestion other than just straight up recording from OBS while streaming, let me know. And if there's any way to recover, those chunks that are missing. I guess for now I'm gonna have to start recording, while streaming on Twitch and stuff like that, which I don't know, it should be fine for my computer, but if it's not, then I kind of either need to do one or the other. But I just want to come in and say I'm sorry for there being some chunks missing. If there's some songs that I missed that you wanted to watch and watch me react to and wanted to see, I'm sorry. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Peyton, or you can call me PK, and I react to music. Today we are going back to Coldplay, getting a little bit of Coldplay in. I decided I wanted to take just a short break from Radiohead, maybe 3 week or so, break, because I don't really think it's sensible to go through their full discography in 3 weeks. I mean, in 3 weeks. Like, it's just not, I got a little burnt out, right? I got a little burnt out on Radiohead, so we need to kind of mix it up a little bit here and there and kind of get some more going. We'll be back on that pretty quick here. I still have some videos releasing this week for Radiohead, but for now, let's put that to the side. We're here for Coldplay. We're here for Coldplay today. I kind of explained it before. I'm a little weary when it comes to Coldplay. Kind of like, protecting my peace a little bit when it comes to Coldplay, because I know that I don't really enjoy their newer music as much. I just don't. Part of it's because, I'm a bit more of a rock fan, and so I really enjoy Parachutes. I enjoy I Rush Blood the Head very much. I'm really weary when it comes to checking out some of their, different other albums, just like that. Now, that being said, I've heard a lot of great things about this album. Of course, I know one song off this album, A Sky Full of Stars, one of their mega hits, right? But other than that, I don't know anything. I haven't heard anything else on here. I personally like A Sky Full of Stars. Yeah, I've heard a good amount about it. A lot of people like it. A lot of people that kind of have the same mindset as me, where they're kind of more into the rock stuff, like it. So, I decided, let's give it a shot. Shit, I'm excited. I am excited. I love Coldplay so much, dude. I'm excited to kind of listen to something a little bit different now. So we'll get into track number one, Always in My Head. Little choir kind of intro. Ooh. Oh, okay. Not what I was expecting at all. Oh my god. That bass, dude. Holy shit. Chris, my angel. Pause here. Just simple, plain old, not plain, but good old Coldplay subjects. He's thinking of her. She's always in his head. Oh my god, it's crazy the way that works. But no, he's just saying his heart. His heart will always follow her, and she'll always be in his head, and he always thinks of her. But really enjoying this instrumentally. Oh my god. You can hear Johnny doing his thing in the background, dude. I don't think I forgot about you, Johnny. Falsetto Chris is back, man. Oh my god. See, I was like a little bit excited. Now I'm like really excited. That was so good. Loved the instrumentation. And it's just, like I said, simple, good old Coldplay topics. Talking about this girl that is always in his head. She never leaves. He always thinks about her. And at the end, he just says, like, I made this song for you, basically to show you that, you stand out from everybody else. Like, I don't want anybody else but you. You're chosen from the rest. That's the way you do an intro, because I'm excited now. I'm extremely excited. So we'll get into track number two, Magic. I really like the more electronic drums in this. Ooh, wait, have I heard this? I might have heard this. Like the piano in the background, dude. Okay, I've definitely heard this. It sounds extremely familiar. It sounds too familiar for me not to have heard it, but I don't remember it like one bit. I just know it sounds extremely familiar. So, again, same little concept that we've been going through with love and everything, and it's just like longing, yearning Chris Martin is what we're getting right now. Seems like a common theme in early Chris Martin's albums, and also, well, I say Chris Martin, but Coldplay albums, but just like on tour right now. At least they're not touring at the moment. At least they just finished. Whatever. Anyways, we were getting yearning Chris Martin towards the end of the tour because everything that happened. But I'm enjoying this. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I've heard this before somewhere at some point. I had to have. And I can't get like how simple the instrumentation is here. Don't know. They did write this a while ago, so it's been a while, so that's fine. That's fine. Just like how he wrote Sparks, way back when. Wrote Sparks, that long ago, and now he's writing this one saying you still believe in magic. Oh yeah, I do, but I'm just sitting here and I'm like, damn, kind of sad. Finish this one out. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. Of course I do. With this being released in 2014, I definitely had to have heard this at some point somewhere, whether it was on the radio, whether it was somewhere out in public. I had to have heard it at some point because it sounds extremely familiar. We're all on the same kind of topic of, actually, it's not as much of a yearn, he's not really yearning. He's more just like just talking to this girl, just like letting her know. No, I liked how simple everything was, and like I said, I was kind of like, I'm liking the I'm liking the electronic drums so far. I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I like the electronic drums. I like how simple it was with, just kind of like the spacey feel and everything like that. And then, yeah, no, so the piano towards the end of the verse was a really nice touch. And then during the bridge, when everything kind of just picked up, everybody came in, acoustics, bass, everything was just kind of going and flowing. And it was great. I enjoyed it a lot. Sounds like it would have been a radio hit. This sounds like a radio hit, so. Did my phone just die? Get into track number 3. Ink. Kind of the same drum kit, sounded like. Was that a good idea? Are you gonna tell me? That probably doesn't feel good. I wouldn't think so. Kind of trying to figure out. This kind of feels like a shiver subject matter, where it's not yearning, but it's not I got her, You know, it's more of like a I'm close, you know, she's touchable, right? Because he says, you know, it feels like there's something broken inside after saying you got a tattoo carved in your name with my pocket knife. He's talking about in like wood. Yeah. Glad we caught on to that one. He thinks it feels like something's broken inside. And then he says, all I know is that I'm lost, but then he says, whenever you go, so that kind of finishes that sentence. And then he says that he loves her as much, loves her so much that it hurts. And it kind of feels like almost a shiver subject matter where it's like he's loving from a distance and stuff like that. It feels like he's kind of loving her from a distance in a way, you know, trying to get to her and stuff like that, but maybe not. I don't know. We're trying to kind of figure that out. That's the thing. That's the thing with Coldplay. When you get into Coldplay's subject matter, when it comes to like women, it's like you're judging it based off a distance, and there's like three ways it can go. You know, it's like either he's in the relationship and it's close, or you're kind of like shiver, you know, or this song where it's like you're in the middle where you're kind of close to where she's touchable, but it's not, you know, like set in stone. We're together, and then there's far away where it's like, you know, sparks where they're not together, right? Or like always in my head, you know, that kind of subject matter where they're not together. And so it's like trying to figure out which one. It's just like sitting in English class and they're like, hey, logos, ethos, pathos, figure it out, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I have to figure this out now. Logos, ethos, pathos. It's like close, medium, far. Which one is it, right? Or I guess you kind of say like it's like either feels like I'm falling in love, shiver, or sparks. Enjoying it so far, enjoying it. See, I feel like this last part, the outro there, kind of is cementing my idea that it's kind of like it's that middle of the road, you know, the shiver kind of subject matter where it's kind of loving from afar almost. Yeah, no, wasn't bad. It's the weaker of the three that I've listened to so far. It's the weakest of the three. Again, it just seems like it's really that loving from afar kind of standpoint where, you know, it's kind of like, you know, life story. It's kind of like you're living next door to the girl, right? This the girl next door, and y'all are really good friends, but you're friends, right? Friends. So you're really good friends, and but he wants her, but she don't want that, right? And so it's like, you know, he's kind of loving her from afar, doing the, you know, you sit on the sideline at her basketball game, like supporting her, right? Even though she's dating the dude sitting right next to you. That's kind of what it feels like. Okay, see, I'm seeing what they mean by the concept of uncomfortable music. It's those notes, those two notes. This really feels like a heartbreak song, a little breakup song. Yeah, good little chill breakup song. So okay, now I'm hearing. I heard exactly what they meant by uncomfortable. I know what I kind of know what they mean by uncomfortable now. Those two notes in the solo that he would play, the elongated, like I said, what I call a soaring kind of guitar, like a soaring note where it feels like it's just kind of fucking in the distance, soaring over your head. That's kind of those two notes that kind of did that. Didn't match, you know, anything, and so it's supposed to make you feel a little bit uncomfortable when it comes down to it. Because it's, I mean, it feels like a breakup song. So okay, we'll get into track number 5, Midnight. kind of keeping the same vibe here. Oh, okay. So that's what they mean. See, I was thinking straight auto tune, but this is a harmonizer. I like that, actually. It's different. I haven't heard anybody use a harmonizer in a while. He's basically saying there's a storm ahead, you know. We'll put on our psychology hats, let's do it. Storm's coming. My students, take a guess. Joking, you're not my students, and you probably know more than me about some of this stuff, honestly. Because I heard some of you actually are psychology students or were psychology students, so it's good to hear that I actually connect to people that are doing that kind of went down the same path as me. That's cool. But anyways, darkness, in the swirling of the storm, when I'm rolling with the punches and hope is gone, aka kind of like a depression, leave the light on. Telling her, like, yo, you know, when I'm going through the shit, could you at least stay? Or could you stay and maybe help a little bit? You know, not just run away. Again, great. Sometimes people just need somebody else on the other side. It doesn't matter if they actually, you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be someone that, you know, is, you know, you don't have to be in a relationship, things of that sort. Sometimes people just need someone there. You know, it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what you are. Just need somebody there. You know, someone that will listen. Swamming on. I'm gonna make this connection. I don't know any sorts of if this is gonna be any sort of right. I'm gonna click on the annotation after I say it because I don't want to do the whole, you know, LeBron thing. You know, he's saying he's gonna roll with everything. You know, roll with the punches, roll with the thunder, roll with everything that's coming, come and hit him. Right? He's gonna prevail. But he bleeds from thorns. The way I see that is, of course, roses have thorns. Again, roses are most commonly associated with love. So he's talking about how the hurt and the cuts, the metaphorical cuts that he gets from heartbreak, from, you know, just relationships in general, will make him bleed. You know, he'll feel something from that, but he won't feel anything with everything else that's coming at him. Now let's go see if I'm right. See, why am I always fucking wrong? Wait. Never mind. The first sentence talks about roses, meaning the narrator is suffering / bleeding from his lover's harshness. We might have did it. And then it says it may be allusion to the death of Jesus Christ, which is what you're like halfway seeing on the screen. I think I did it for once. Oh my god. I like the little ping pong we have with this, whatever the hell that is. I've gotten to the point where I stopped guessing instruments or sounds because I'm wrong like 100% of the time. Okay. I'm ascending. Take me there, Chris. Pause. But no, take me there, Chris. Okay, where are we going now? Where are we going? Back down. I'm really liking that harmonizer, or yeah, it's a harmonizer. You know, it seems like so far we've gotten darker with each track. It's gotten deeper and darker and darker and darker. And to me, that kind of exemplifies, kind of like, not, I wouldn't say the stages of heartbreak, but kind of like the gradient between, you know, fresh breakup and getting into it a bit more afterwards. I don't know. I really liked the use of the harmonizer there. It's the first time I've heard that in a very long time, and I like that stylistic choice. Again, it kept the same kind of theme as the rest of the album has had with instrumental, and I really liked the way it built up there towards the end, and then cut right back down when Chris came back in. Again, not much to it, a lot of repetition, which isn't a bad thing. Well, it's kind of a trait with Coldplay. They kind of just do that a lot. I mean, it's kind of a normal thing in a lot of music, anyways. But I mean, he's basically just saying, like, you know, I'm gonna take on everything that comes before me, and I just need you to leave a light on. I need you to be there whenever I need you, you know. But then, you know, of course, he adds in the lyric of "but bleed from thorns," which talks about how he can be hurt from love, and that's kind of like the premise of the album. It seems like where, I mean, this kind of feels like a heartbreak album. I enjoyed I'm really enjoying the lack of physical drums. If that makes any sort of sense. I really enjoy the electronic drums and the 808s, the kicks, the electronic kicks, the different sounds they've been using, just things of that sort. We'll get into track number 6, Another's Arms. Piano track. Ooh, what is that?
Late night watching TV. Used to be here beside me. Used to be your arms around me. Your body on my body.
Whoa. I like that. Just reminiscing over relationship, her, you know, everything. I feel like the repetition of the late night watching TV used to be beside me is him, you know, again, it's him reminiscing. The first verse is him reminiscing on, you know, the relationship. And verse 2 is him starting to kind of dig deeper into himself and his own thoughts, saying, you know, basically, is there going to be anybody else? Or was it just her? Right. I think so. Oh, there we go. Wait, no, it's not. I think, hold on. Just a little note. I think the mix on that could have been a little bit better. I don't know if it's supposed to be prominent or not. I think Genius might have just thrown guitar solo in there just as a placeholder thing because they can. If it was meant to be like a full-on solo, the mixing could have been better. But yeah, anyways. There's Johnny. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I'm really interested on. I just thought about this on how some of these songs would sound in person, like at a live performance, a live performance with Will playing these drums. Does he play them on a drum pad, or does he play them on, you know, his actual kit? And if so, what does it sound like with that? Because I actually am kind of interested in that. Yeah, just a track about reminiscing with reminiscing of his past relationship. Another's Arms. I read the annotation when I first read the song title, just knowing kind of what the album's about so far. I'm thinking cheating, right? Annotation said either cheating or it could be talking about him, like another aspect of him reminiscing about, you know, being in her arms or being in each other's arms, right? Him saying "got to pull you close into me" could, you know, allude to it being, you know, each other's arms, but it also, to me, it kind of feels like, since it's a reminiscent, track, it could feel like maybe she cheated. And as he's kind of feeling these different emotions, remembering these different things about the relationship, it's always a flashback. In between each one, it's the flashback to finding out, right? Or something of that sort. Either way, it's a good track. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. A lot of these, I mean, all these tracks kind of had the same vibe, and they're all, I mean, I've enjoyed all of them so far. I like this kind of, you know, more chill vibe from Coldplay. I was expecting loud sounds, and a lot of it's because I know, I've listened to Sky Full of Stars, and it's real loud, real grand. So I was kind of expecting that out of this whole album, and so far it's a bit more chill. It's a little more chill. So we hit into track number 7, Oceans. See what Genius has to say. Another desperate plea to his long lost love to leave a light on, just like as he said in Midnight. 7th track of Coldplay's 6th studio album follows in the footsteps of the previous track in others' arms. After further contemplating about the woman he once had, the narrator talks to her ghost once again. Wait. Oh, that's why the album's called Ghost Stories. That makes so much sense. So that's what it is. So it is kind of the middle ground between, okay, it's the middle ground between kind of like the Shiver and the Sparks perspective, where it's not, him, yearning for her and she's not there, but it's also not her being touchable. It's him talking to her ghost, the ghost of her. So it's kind of, in a sense, she's touchable in a sense of you can talk to the ghost of her, but in reality, she's not there. That's what that's what ghost stories mean. So it's him talking about the different times he's, you know, kind of talked to her ghost. Track number 7, Oceans. Bringing the acoustic back.
Wait for your call. Love. Call never came. Meet me again in the rain.
Sorry. Okay. So, first off, this is real campfire vibe. It sounds like, I'm sitting next to Chris Martin, sitting around a fire pit. He's got his acoustic out and he's just singing. Right? That's what this feels like, lyrically. I mean, he's just calling to her, not calling to her, but kind of like talking to her ghost, saying like, I'm ready for whenever you want to talk. If you want to talk, come and talk to me. I just want to talk. It doesn't matter. That's kind of really what it is. He's just ready to talk. It doesn't matter how she feels. Doesn't matter what she says. He just wants to talk. So, the orchestration in the background.
Behind the walls, love. Trying to change. And I'm ready for a ball, love. In the rain. The
So it seems like this time around, he is, again, longing for just to talk, but he's ready for anything she has to say to him. Being like, so, you ask the question. It seems like, yes, he's longing for the conversation again, but this time he's ready for whatever she has to say to him, but he's also ready for, say he asks the question, what do I need to do for us to get back together? And so he's ready for the answer of that question. He's ready to change. He's ready to do whatever he needs to do to get back with her and to find her again.
find yourself alone in this world. To find yourself alone.
Kind of feels like he's talking to himself there. But we're gonna read the annotation and see if I'm right. We did it again. Oh my god, we did it again. We did it again. We did it again. We're right again. Minute 30 left. What do you got for me? Ooh, okay. Why are you going in circles around my head, dude? That's so trippy, actually. It's actually so trippy. There's the rain. Okay. Those bells in the back. Yeah. Okay, so we can either go extremely deep on this or we can stay surface level. I kind of want to stay surface level because I think my deep interpretation is going to be a very, very, very bad reach because I don't think it's going to go that deep. Like, just being honest. Just being honest, I don't think it'll go that deep. It could, but I don't think it will. We're going to stay surface level for now. If anybody wants to know my extreme deep interpretation of this, ask me in the comments and I can let you know. Because, I mean, it's just not something to talk about freely if this really isn't what it's about. If it's not really what it's about, I'm not going to talk about that. So, we're just going to stay surface level. I mean, it's really just him basically pleading this girl's ghost that we have now learned is what it is. He's pleading this girl's ghost to let her know that, you know, he wants to talk to her. You know, he's ready for whatever she has to say, whether it's her, you know, berating him, getting, you know, going after him, telling him everything he did wrong. You know, he's ready for it, right? Or whether it's her telling him like, well, the only way we get back together is you change this, you change this, you change this, you change this. You know, you just change everything. And he's just ready for it. And so he's just really this is yearning. This is straight yearning, Chris Martin, right? He's ready for it. Like he doesn't care. He just wants her. A good song, like I said, it's real campfire.
I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. 'Cause in a sky full of stars, I think I see
Ten out of 10, no notes, man. 10 out of 10, no notes. No notes needed. No notes needed. Such a good fucking song, man. Forever be such an insane song, dude. 10 out of 10, no notes. Let me fix my power strip real quick before my computer decides to unplug. Yeah, 10 out of 10, no notes. 10 out of 10, no notes. It's just one of them songs, man. It's one of those songs where it's like, you know, it's a hit for a reason. Which is something I've never understood really with fan bases that hate on. So I never really understood with fan bases that hate on the mega hits and stuff like that. Because the thing is, the songs are popular for a reason. You know, that song is popular for a reason. It is so damn good. So good. Forever love that song. And that's the weird thing about it, too. because I knew it was on this album. Okay, I knew that song was on this album, and so that's why I was saying I was expecting this album to sound like that song, over and over again. Essentially, that's what I was expecting. And then that's when I said during the first track, I was like, "What the fuck? Like this is completely different than what I was expecting." No, it's great. It's great. We will get into the final track, track number 9. Oh, it's showing me there's 2 parts. It says the first part is "Fly On," which I guess that's what this is on Genius. It says hidden track, so I'm assuming there's a hidden track on it. Okay. O is the titular song on the 9th and final track of Coldplay's 6th studio album, Ghost Stories, brings the journey to a close with soulful ambient piece with a voice saying, "Don't ever let go." So we'll get on to the final track, 9. O.
Flock of birds.
Okay. I don't know because we haven't gone on yet, but I heard the piano and I was gonna say I hope this is a piano track, but I didn't say it because I was scared. Okay, this sounds like a LeBron moment. I was scared that I would jinx it. To be honest with you, but it is a piano track, and yes, please, yes, please.
It's how you think of love. And
Mm,
always look up to the sky,
mm,
breathe before the dawn, 'cause they fly always. Sometimes they flock of birds, hovering above, in the smoke and turn and rise, following them up.
dude, Chris's vocal range is so insane.
Still I always look up to the sky, pray before the dawn, fly on. So fly on, right through.
The layers, dude.
Maybe one day I'll fly next to you. Fly on, right through. Maybe one day I can fly with you. Fly on.
It's kind of giving me we'll always meet in every, maybe we'll be together in another life, type kind of like yeah. Sorry, that was me a little speechless. That was beautiful. And then we got the hidden track coming in here. I'm assuming we're gonna wait a minute. Do I skip ahead or do I not? So about the 2.5 minute mark. This was always in my head, right? Yeah. So it's bringing us back. I love that they do this, dude. Coldplay's outros, man. Dude, that's what I was shaking my head at. I don't know what they do, like, or why they're so good at it, but they're so good at outros, man. So good at them. that was beautiful. Both parts was beautiful. Again, the first part was giving me big, in every life. I hope to find you in every life, or maybe we'll be together in another life. That's what I keep trying to say. Maybe we'll be together in another life. Like, that's kind of what it's giving me. Again, don't really know. I'm not gonna click on the annotations, because it's beautiful. Again, I was hoping for a piano track when I first heard it, and we got one. Thank the Lord. So good, so good, so good. Um, the album. That was the album. Ghost Stories. Coldplay's what, sixth studio album? Great. Album consisting of heartbreak, and more heartbreak, and yearning and heartbreak. I really enjoyed the vibe of the album. Again, like I said, going into this album, all I knew was a sky full of stars. That's all I knew from this album. And I guess I had heard Magic at some point, but I don't remember it at all. And we opened the first track, always in my head, and it was completely different vibe than I was expecting. And this album, I could see why it's so highly regarded among the fan base, among the fans that think like me. How among the fans that enjoy their earlier work a bit more. I see why this one's so popular amongst all of us, amongst them. It makes sense. It's beautiful. It's beautiful in every sense. Again, we're kind of hopping over from our Radiohead extravaganza, so I'm not used to the straightforward lyrics as much right now. I'm trying to get used to it again, so, but no, it doesn't matter. It's still beautiful. It's still great. It's still Coldplay. That's what I'll say. I said during the X and Y reaction that I was scared to explore the discography a bit more because I didn't want to stray too far away from what I know Coldplay as. And it's safe to say I can sit here and say, hey, yeah, this is Coldplay. This is Coldplay. Great album. Great album. A lot of these songs are going in my Coldplay playlist, and they'll be making it into my rotation. So if you would like to check out these reactions live, which guess what? We did this one live, guys. We're back. We're back. We're back. I made the decision. I'm like, if we're ever gonna do it, might as well try to start now with a different artist, and maybe something will change, in my head, and being able to be comfortable doing this again. And it did. Fucking Discord, and it did, and yeah, and it did, and I'm grateful to be back. So check out these reactions live. You can check me out at the link in the description on Twitch, or you can check me out at PK Reacts 112 on Twitch. I post in my post tab on YouTube whenever I'm about to go live, or I'll post a couple days before about what day and about what time, and usually I'll be there at someone around that time. Just don't hold me too accountable to that because I change my mind a lot. If you'd like to see the full uncut, unedited version of this VOD and of this reaction, you can check out the Patreon. Link is in the description. And if you'd like to support a college student and help them a little bit with some rent and things of that sort, check out the Etsy shop and the Redbubble in the description. You don't have to buy anything, but a view on my page will always be nice. It helps me reach more people on the websites that might actually end up wanting to buy something, so it helps. And anyways, I appreciate y'all as always. Stay safe, stay alive. I love you.